What's going on, world? How's it going? KJ and Los back again for JHouze Radio, episode 27. It's going to be a little bit of a untraditional episode this week, guys. We have a lot of news that came out within the past week. Basically, we got PS5 dates and prices this week. Nintendo Direct happened a few hours before we actually recorded this episode, and the Apple event also happened yesterday, the day before yesterday, as we're recording this right now. So we got a lot of stuff that we want to jump into and go over today. Like I said, it's going to be a little untraditional. So yeah, it's going to be a fireball episode, guys. All right, so we're going to start off with the Apple event that happened a few days ago. Let's start off with you, Los. What's your overall take on the event? What did you like? What did you not like?
Huge letdown.
Wow. Okay. Why so?
One, they didn't announce the Apple Silicon Max. Okay.
Yes. Agreed. I forgot about that.
Two, nothing on an iPad Pro.
Okay.
Nothing. The watch is pretty feature packed.
Yeah.
So all the stuff they added was like no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're like, "Oh, look at this wristband! Look at this watch strap! It's just one complete circle," and I'm like, "Shit! I used to have those same rubber bands that you put around your wrist. I used to hand them out from the studio."
Oh yeah, I remember that. Do you still have any of those?
Bro, I got like a bag full of them.
Yo.
Like I ordered 500, and I think I still got like 200 left.
Bro, when I see you again, I want one because I don't know what happened to mine. I have no idea what happened to mine. Obviously, that was like years ago. But I think the reason why they had the Apple like single strap thing is because they're trying to promote the Apple Watch SE, which is pretty much like a more of a budget version of the Apple Watch, and they're trying to also market that to kids, which I'm really surprised because we've never really seen the Apple Watch marketed to kids, but they're marketing it to kids basically. I don't know if I'll get it, but then again, they have this braided single loop Apple band, which looks really interesting. So I might get that one. But yeah, they have the blood oxygen readings on the new Apple Watch. The design doesn't look too much different from the current gen.
It's just bigger.
Yeah, it just looks a little bigger. I like the watch faces. I'm really excited about the watch faces. Feature wise, I mean, it's nothing for me to upgrade right now. Like I have an Apple Watch from the previous generation. What is this, 6 that's coming out, right?
Yeah, I don't even know what gen I have. I think I have like 3 or 4.
Okay. Yeah, I have generation 5, so I don't really feel the need. Like when it comes to watches, I'd usually skip like a generation or 2. I just don't really feel the need to upgrade. Other than that, it looks like the bands look okay. The faces look awesome. The blood oxygen thing is pretty cool. I like that.
I like that, but I wish they would have had a sugar monitor, a blood sugar monitor.
Interesting.
Because
that actually would have been cool.
Now they have these little. I mean, it looks like. Oh, there's this thing that's about, I don't know, about an inch and a half long and maybe like half an inch wide.
Yeah.
That you attach to yourself, and it checks your blood sugar all day long. So I kind of wish Apple would have included that into their into the new watch.
They don't have anything like that available now. Something like that.
Yeah. There's tech like that you literally like. It's got a surgical tape on it, special surgical tape.
Yeah.
You put it on yourself. Just put it on your skin, and it monitors your blood sugar all day long.
Oh wow.
And I think there is an Android watch, one Android watch that does the blood sugar too.
Okay. Yeah, so, I didn't know about that. I mean, that would be interesting for Apple to pick up something like that, especially since they're really trying to brand the watch around health and fitness. That's one of the reasons why I love the watch. I use it when I work out and things like that. Use it for heart rate, etc., etc. Yeah, for me, nothing major as far as features to excite me about the Apple Watch. Like I said, I mainly like the faces. I like the bands. I'm sure it's gonna be faster. You know, they're gonna have a faster chip in it, etc. But
look, here's the thing with the Apple Watch. Okay, if you go for the app, if you buy an Apple Watch 3rd gen or 4th gen, it's
Yeah,
cheaper than the new SE. The
basically.
SE, what I like about it is the simple fact that what do you call it? You can the whole family tracking, and you can make a phone call
Yes.
from it.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Because there are a lot of parents who want to make sure their kids are okay,
Hmm.
and they kind of want to know where the fuck their kid is, and I don't blame them. So they have the watch on, and the
Yeah,
good thing about it is a lot of kids will wear it because it's an Apple Watch, you
yeah.
know,
They want to be
and
cool
they're
and up to date.
exactly
Yeah,
so. But most parents just going to do it, put the tracker on, and go, "Here's your watch. It's all set up,"
yeah.
and the kids aren't going to know.
Where's little Johnny going?
Yeah,
Legion in
you
chat says
know.
for me, I'm using right now is the Versa 2 since last Xmas from Fitbit. Versa 2. Okay. How are you liking that, by the way, so far? All right, Lil, you also said that you didn't like. All right, so you didn't see anything from the iPad, but technically,
No, I didn't see anything from the iPad Pro.
iPad Pro. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Now, here's the thing. When they talked about the new iPad Air and the new iPad,
Yeah,
they talked about how it's well, first of all, Apple like threw some shade at a lot of fucking companies today, which was fucking awesome.
yeah,
They were like, we're 6 times faster than their Chromebook, two
yeah,
times
yeah.
faster than any powerful laptop. And I was just like, damn.
And like that was the iPad Air that they were talking about. I was like, holy
No, the
crap.
regular iPad. The
Oh yeah, yeah,
iPad
yeah.
Air was something else.
Yeah, I forgot they
But
showed
that
that.
sky blue, fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It
Um,
looks it looks really good.
it looks very Star Trekky to me.
Star Trekky.
It does. It looks like something like you would if you would have brought that shit onto the set of Star Trek, you would like, oh, that's futuristic tech, and like it blends in. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean,
Um,
okay.
no, go ahead.
I personally think that the iPad Air looks like just it seems like they're just going for the iPad Pro Mini. Like that's just basically what it looks like. It has the same design. It's powerful as hell. And it just looks like an iPad Mini Pro to me,
My
honestly.
thing is, they never talked about how much faster or slower the iPad Air, the new iPad Air, is compared to the iPad Pro.
That's something I would like to research because I'm actually in the market for an iPad. And after I saw the iPad Air and how it looks, and apparently its power, I'm actually considering getting the iPad Air. I mean, it's going to be cheaper than a Pro. I want to get a Pro, but if I can get the iPad Air and it's close to the power of the Pro, I might just go with that. Honestly,
Who's your phone carrier?
I have Sprint. Well, now T-Mobile. Apparently they combined
They merged.
services. Yeah, they
Well, I
merged.
have I have AT&T, and I was able to finance my iPad Pro through AT&T.
Oh,
Let
cause you
me tell
got the
you
what's
something.
the name? Cause you got the cellular service, right? With
Right.
your iPad. Okay.
When I tell you that I almost completely switched to an iPad as my workhorse, I really almost switched.
Really?
Yo, I
Compared to
edit
your
video on
laptop?
it. Yeah, I edit video on it. I edit photos on it. I draw on it. I create music on it. Like there's a couple things that hold you back on the iPad Pro, like um, things that need power, like your whole music setup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, man, it's fucking fast and powerful.
I've been hearing that. I've watched a lot of reviews on it, and people are saying that some people are using it to replace their laptop, depending on what you're doing, though. Because I know a lot of people do certain things that are only possible on a laptop, but it's getting to the point where that barrier is being broken down. You know what I
I will
mean?
tell you this much: editing on your iPad without a keyboard, uh, without a keyboard and without some sort of without an Apple Pencil or some other, Apple Pencil clone,
Yeah.
can get really irritating.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be able to do that. Yeah, that would be a little jarring for me, honestly.
But listen, like I have an um, an iPad keyboard for an iPad 2. So this
Okay.
thing is fucking a decade old, but it's a Bluetooth keyboard.
Yeah.
And that's what I use on my iPad whenever I need to edit and things like that. And it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
You can even hook up a mouse to it. So it's
Oh,
essentially
nice.
a mini laptop. You
Yeah,
know,
I may just do that, man. Like I may just pull the trigger on that. I mean, because I told you my MacBook Pro is pretty much dead at this point. I can't update it. It is so slow. Like it's gotten to the point where I don't even touch it anymore. It's so slow. It takes 1,000 years to boot up, and I can't update it at all. So it's pretty much trash at this point. It's dead. So I need something to replace my MacBook Pro until I'm able to update to the new generation of MacBook Pro, which won't be till next year. So I just need something just to hold me over, and that's why I'm considering getting the iPad Pro. So I'm
here's
hoping.
the other thing. Here's the other thing too. Like a lot of, if you have an iPad Pro and you already pay for Photoshop,
Yeah.
you get the iPad version included
Oh,
in
nice.
the price that you pay. So you're gonna have Photoshop on your iPad.
Okay.
Um, but again, you got to pay that monthly subscription fee. Blah blah blah. I just switched to Affinity Photo. $20. I'm done. I have the
Yeah.
app. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I definitely I heard Infinity Photo was great, so I might actually try to look into that too because I want to start getting more into photo editing. In terms of JHouze, basically. Try to get more involved in that.
Look, Photoshop is the king. Period.
Oh yeah.
But Affinity Photo is like the really powerful Duke,
The really
you know,
powerful Duke.
or the lowest prince on the scale. You know, it can do the job. It does the job well.
Yeah.
You know, it just, there's just certain things it doesn't do like Photoshop.
Yeah.
That is a big learning curve.
What do you think of the Apple Fitness program that they're throwing out?
I think if there was no COVID, they wouldn't have dug into that market as deep as they did,
Okay.
because they literally dived in. They said, okay, here's all your classes, here's the type of instructor,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that treadmill that everyone's super excited about.
Oh, the Palatine?
Yeah, like now you can sync the Peloton with your watch, so now you can see all that update in Apple Fitness.
I do like the fact that Apple is diving into fitness. I use the Nike Fitness app on my phone, and knowing that Apple has their own, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see if I like it. It may be good, it may be horrible. They didn't announce an exact date, but they did say it's coming out this fall. And I like the fact that it syncs up with your Apple Watch, and you can see the status of your rings while you're in session. I think that's really
Yes,
dope.
all
Um,
your stats.
yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I stick with Apple products in regards to anything they put out is because I like how everything is just integrated with each other. Whether it's AirPods, whether it's your watch, your phone, their services, like everything is integrated and it's simple. You don't have to do
Yeah,
any extra work. It's there. So when
Apple
people
feels like it was designed from the user, and they're like, okay, this is what the user wants. So what technology can we create for it?
Yeah. Yeah, basically. And that's one thing I love about Apple. That's why I stick with their products because everything is just in unison with each other, you know?
Yeah.
And also in talks of that, they have a new service coming out called Apple One, where they're going to pretty much, which I think is smart in terms of like just streaming services and different services in general. They're going to allow you to put like, let's say you have Apple TV Plus and you want to get Apple Arcade and you want to get Apple Music, you can bundle it together into one price because now they're getting to the point where they're coming out with all these services that's getting expensive. You know what I mean?
Yo, I have Apple Arcade, and let me tell you, that is fucking golden.
Really,
That is golden.
I
I
didn't get a chance
I
to dive
tr-
into it too much yet.
I tried it out for 30 days,
Okay.
and my girlfriend uses it more than me. But
Really?
yeah, because I put her on it. And let me tell you something, bro. Fucking amazing, dude. The games they've run so smooth on my iPad Pro that I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And I
Oh
hook up my
yeah.
PS4 controller.
Yeah, I forgot you can connect your controllers to it. Yeah, I mean, I heard that service works great on the iPad, especially because of the screens. I tried the free trial. I think I've only played like one or two games. I haven't signed up again since. But now that they have Apple One, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. The the individual plan is $14.95 a month. You get Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and 50 gigs of iCloud. That's a steal because right now I'm paying $14 a month for just the Apple Music family plan. So including TV, arcade, and iCloud in that, that's amazing.
My
Um,
girl's got Apple TV, and that's fucking good, dude.
oh yeah, there's some great shows on there. There's definitely some great shows. So yeah, that's the individual plan. Their family plan is $19.95 a month, which includes music, Apple TV, Apple Arcade. Pretty much the same thing as the previous plan, but it's 200 gigs of iCloud this time, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Their premier plan, which is what I might get because this one actually includes Apple Fitness, which is not coming until later this year, Apple News, 2 terabytes of iCloud storage. Damn. Arcade, TV, and music. I might actually get that one, and you can share that with up to 5 people. So if I get it, Los, I'll share it with you.
Awesome.
Um, and yeah, that's Apple One. So overall, if you were to grade the Apple event on like a school grade level, A plus, A plus, B plus, what would you grade it?
A C plus.
C plus. Okay.
Because there was nothing revolutionary.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like literally, if they would have just added the Apple laptop, even if it was just a hint, of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they do those really close ups where you barely see a silhouette or a corner like you do with the iPhone?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd have been like
soon.
A plus. Let's take a look at it.
Coming soon.
Yeah, it's just that's the one thing everybody was waiting for.
Yeah.
No, not having that and not having an iPad Pro talked about is a problem.
Yeah,
Now,
I was okay.
If they're talking about they're waiting to announce the new Apple Silicon Max and the iPad Pro together, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But give me something.
I look at it like this. I mean, we still don't have anything officially from the next iPhone yet. That's being delayed until October. So I can imagine they're going to have another event for like right before the iPhone comes out. Like it'll probably happen like the day before, like, oh, and the iPhone is available tomorrow. So I can imagine that with that event, we're probably going to get maybe something on the iPad, maybe something on the iPad Pro, maybe something on the laptops. We gotta get something on the laptops because with the fact that they're changing the chips, give us an update on that. What's going on? When is that going to be in full swing, et cetera, et cetera. So
yes.
If they don't talk about it by the next event, yeah, I'll be a little upset because I doubt they're just going to have an event just on the phone alone.
Yes.
Like how
exactly.
much are you really changing on the phone? So but yeah, me personally, I give it a B minus because I'm excited about the services because I use a lot of those services. Some of them I haven't tried yet and I'm willing to try. Apple Fitness is a big thing for me because I'm really into fitness. So I give it a B minus. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Let's jump into some gaming news. So I added this at the last minute earlier today. At the time of this recording, we got a Nintendo Direct Mini. I'm just going to kind of speed through this just to kind of give you guys an update on what's happening. They just announced we're getting Monster Hunter Rise coming to the Switch March 26, 2021. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, coming in 2021. Fitness Boxing 2, Rhythm and Exercise. I play that on the Switch. It's pretty fun. Sniper Elite 4, that's coming this holiday. I've never played Sniper Elite 4, so I have no idea what that is.
I'm interested.
We're also getting Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Have you actually played that? Ori?
Never even heard of it.
It's basically like a little platformer, basically. It's like a cute little platformer. It's supposed to be coming. That's gonna be coming out. Actually, it should be available now because when they had the video, they said will be available this evening or like later today or something like that. So Ori Will of the Wisp, which originally came out on the Xbox, Game Pass, and PC on Game Pass, it should be available right now. It's running at 60 frames. It's a pretty fun game. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, just a few little games coming to the Switch. What are you currently playing on your Switch right now? Actually, Los, are you still playing?
I've actually put down my Switch
Okay.
because I'm playing PS4 right now.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I'm going to I was playing what's that game called again? Animal Crossing.
Oh, okay.
But I'm scared. I'm scared to boot it back up because my island must look like shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did say that last time.
Yeah, but I'm looking to get a game called Torchwood. It's kind
Torchwood.
of like it's kind of like a Diablo style game.
Okay, okay. I don't think I've heard of Torchwood. Interesting.
I
I might
think
have to
it's
look into
Torchwood.
that. I need to get back into playing my Switch. I haven't touched my Switch in a while. I've been actually getting back into playing PlayStation as well. So, side note, I did see that during the Ori trailer, they mentioned game running at 60 frames. Which for one I thought is interesting. That they even mentioned it because Nintendo never really talks about power or frames in regards to their games. And we've been getting a rumor that the Nintendo Switch is working on a powerful Nintendo console that might be coming out next year. So it's probably gonna be like a Switch Pro, basically. Um, there's rumors going around the internet that Nintendo is telling developers to try to see if they can start working like the games that they're working on for the Switch. They want them to try to work on it in 4K. So
Okay.
that could be meaning that we might be getting a 4K Switch next year. I don't know how in the hell you're going to get a Nintendo Switch to run in 4K on that little ass device,
I don't
but
know either.
I don't know. We'll have to see, man. I would say fix your Joy Cons first before we do 4K. That's all I want. Let's fix the Joy Cons, then we can talk about 4K. All right, let's jump into the PlayStation 5 event. Did you get to finish watching the entirety of the PlayStation 5 event or no?
No, I was trying to find a summary of it because I didn't want to dedicate an hour to it.
Okay. Um,
It's you know what it is. It's not that I'm not interested, but it's just a simple fact of um, I'd rather watch something else.
mm-hmm.
I saw the trailers for a lot of games,
Okay.
and the graphics are fucking stunning.
That's that. I'm telling you, man. That's that SSD and that what is it? Ray tracing, man.
Yeah,
It looks good. It looks so good. We did get confirmed prices. The digital edition is going to be 400, which is not surprising, and the regular edition is going to be 500. So
yeah.
I think it's a steal. The simple fact that we're getting a 4K console with ray tracing and everything like that, true 4K for $400, which is what we've been used to for so many years. That is
Yeah.
a steal. I know Xbox has theirs at 300, but that one is 1440. So you're getting a true next gen console at a good price. So you kind of can't
The,
really be mad at that.
Here's the thing, though. How many people really have 4K TVs?
And that's the thing. You're right. A lot of people don't. There's actually a good chunk of people that are still playing on 1080p right now. So I mean, if you're a PlayStation owner, maybe you wait. And instead of jumping into the PlayStation 5 now, maybe you wait for it, or you might just say, well, since Xbox is cheaper and it's not 4K anyway, I don't need 4K, then I'll just get the cheaper Xbox. So I mean, the good thing about this generation, we have options. We have a lot of options
The other
basically.
thing is, too, I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox released like an Xbox Series SX, and that one is the 4K.
They probably will. Some of these consoles sometimes have. I mean, not well. Lately, they've been doing like mid-generation updates. So I'm curious to see what they do mid-generation. Are they going to put out a new console? I mean, the PlayStation 5 is currently able to run 8K. So I don't even know if PlayStation plans on doing like a mid-generation update if it's already capable of 8K now. But Xbox might do something like that. It's possible. I can
The other
definitely see
thing,
that being a thing.
do you know who I feel sorry for?
Who?
GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop is probably having a rough time right now. Well, I mean, right now they're probably doing okay because a lot of people are trying to buy these consoles. Like right now, the PlayStation 5 obviously went for pre-order, and people it literally sold out. Like PlayStation announced that at the time that they had their event that it was going to be on pre-order the day after, and retailers were already selling it before midnight that day.
Yeah.
So it kind of screwed everybody up because everybody was expecting it to be the next day, and by the time you woke up in the morning, it was sold out everywhere. So the messaging was a little screwed, but I don't really blame that on PlayStation. I blame that on the retailers, because one retailer started selling it earlier, and then the other retailers jumped on top and said, "Well, screw it. Best Buy's selling it. Let me go do it." For the sake of
Well, no,
argument.
but the reason why I said that GameStop is screwed is if most people get the digital version, there's no physical disc to own.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a really good point. I mean, yeah, it's in GameStop has currently they're actually currently closing more stores, and it sucks because they've already been suffering. They've already closed a few stores as is, but to know that they're closing hundreds more, that's pretty rough, man. I mean, I
Like
feel
my
bad for
like
that
I love
company.
GameStop because I love buying used games. They're cheap, they're affordable. Yeah, they're a little old, but who cares? I didn't have time to play them before. I have time to play them now.
I like GameStop for the simple fact of the community aspect. I like walking into GameStop and just talking to people about gaming, talking to them about pop culture, buying T-shirts, buying pop figurines. Like that's like the experience of GameStop is what I love. It almost kind of reminds you of the feeling you got when you went to the arcade. You know, like just that interaction with people in that space. And with GameStop closing, I'm gonna miss that. Like we don't have arcades anymore. We have little arcades in the mall, but GameStop was that place for me, and it sucks that we're losing it, you know. And it's gonna get to the point where we might not even have it at all anymore. It's gonna be like the Blockbuster. It's
No,
just
or GameStop could turn into like there are places where that are arcades where you can literally play the old school games, and they have an Xbox there, they have a PlayStation there, and you can sit there and play games and try out the new games.
yeah,
Um, and they might do that. You know, who knows?
yeah. It's I don't know. It's tough, man. Right here, chat. As we're talking about. I mean, we're watching the Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay trailer. Um, what did you think of Miles Morales?
It looks good. He is one of my favorite Spider-Man out of all of them. In order, it's Spidey 2099, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker.
Yeah, I
Uh, I like him because um, he feels like today. You know, he feels like a modern character, multicultural, multi-ethnic. Um, you know, and he's a kid,
yeah.
so you know, it just I just like it. I like him a lot better.
I
I
feel you.
think they draw him too skinny, but you know, that's the character.
Yeah, he was really skinny in here, like a lot skinnier than I remember him from the previous game. Dark
But
Legion in
like
chat
if you read
says,
the
yeah.
comic books,
I'll say it again.
it's exactly he's exactly the way he was in the comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dark Legion said, from what I heard, GameStop has done some bad things as well. Other words, kind of like a Dave and Buster's. What do you?
Oh man, Dave and Buster's. Holy shit, dude! I haven't heard anybody talk about that place in years.
Is Dave and
So
Buster's
much fun.
still? Is that still running right now? Like I haven't been to a
I
Dave
don't
and
know.
Buster's in forever.
That shit used to be so much fun though. You fucking eat, you get drunk, you play video
I
games, you stumble
know.
outside, call a cab.
Yeah, I used to love Dave and Buster's, man. I haven't been there in like probably years at this point. Um, but yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales looks awesome. We did get word that Miles Morales is going to be available on PS4 as well. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, at first they were trying to say that a lot of their games are just going to be PlayStation 5. They're looking forward to the future. And I guess they saw what Xbox was doing because Xbox has their next, like at least for the next 2 years, because they want people to take their time moving into next gen. They don't want to just say, all right, next gen's here. You want to play these games? Get the new consoles. They're allowing people to still own their PS4 or their previous Xbox gen consoles and still play these next gen games on there. And that's probably only going to be for like the next year or two. Because at a certain point, these games are going to get so advanced, they're not going to be able to run on the old hardware. So I think it's smart. Yeah, they changed the wording, but it's still smart for them to at least say, all right, if you have a PS4, you can still play Spider-Man. You know,
Yeah.
it's cool to give them that option. Spider-Man is going to be cross-generational. Sackboy is going to be cross-generational. And Horizon Forbidden West is going to be cross-generational as well. So
Okay.
I can see, like I said, the next 2 years, some game. Now, it's not saying that all games on PS5 are going to be cross-generational, just some of them. But it's good to know that some of the big titles, if you're not ready to upgrade yet, you can still play on the PS4 at least for the next 2 years,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome. Um,
Damn, they destroyed the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, this scene that we're watching, chat, for any of you audio listeners, they're showing gameplay of Miles Morales, and it just looks so good. And I
What I
have to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what I do like is a lot of the movements are reminiscent of the other Spider-Man game.
Which one? The one that just came
Was
out?
it? Yeah, yeah. Was it Amazing Spider-Man?
Uh, was it not Marvel's Amazing Spider-Man? Something like that.
Marvel Spider-Man.
Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay. I I do like, and I was gonna speak on the movement too. I like the fact that from the way it looks, when you're playing with Miles Morales, it's going to feel different. It's not just going to feel like you're just playing a Spider-Man character. You're going to feel like you're playing Miles Morales because his movements are different. If you remember Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, when he first started learning how to swing, he was a little clumsy. You know, he wasn't swinging like with perfect ease and things like that. And I noticed that with him swinging here, there was a few times where his swinging looked a little clumsy, and I kind of like that because it shows that this is a different character. This is not Peter Parker. This is Miles Morales. He's still learning his powers. He's still learning how to be Spider-Man, and I like that touch that they added to it.
Well, in the comic books, if you look at the way because the way Miles got his web shooters in the comic books, there was a crossover with a different Peter Parker, with
Hmm.
our Peter Parker, the 616 Peter Parker,
Yeah.
and he gave him the web shooters. And when he swings, he doesn't swing. Peter Parker tends to just swing with his legs together most of the time, and Miles does it with his legs apart, and that's from the comic books.
Yeah.
And I see it here.
Oh, okay. That's what I came for. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I see it here, and I'm like, oh shit, they're trying to stay true to the comic book, which is really good.
Are you into Harry Potter at all, Los?
No,
Kind of.
I
Yeah.
actually, my girl and I, like, we have a movie night thing that we do every week,
Hmm.
and what we do is, both of us pick a movie and we flip a coin for it. So she won the last coin toss, so we started watching Harry Potter, and I asked 1,000 questions the first half of the movie because I didn't understand a lot of it.
Yeah.
And the first half of the first movie felt like it dragged forever because they're just trying to explain so much of the universe. But then
Oh,
once
yeah.
it reached the halfway point, I was like, okay, now the movie's getting kind of interesting.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I just I started watching the Harry Potter films and I felt that same exact way. Like the first half really just dragged on for so long. I'm gonna try to finish all the movies because I keep hearing, "Oh my God, Harry Potter, Harry Potter." I've never read the books, but I'm just intrigued to see if the movies are as good as everybody say they is. I mean, so I'm gonna try it out and see if I can watch all of them. Other than that, they're coming out with this Harry Potter. I don't know if I just want to call it an RPG, but it seems like an RPG from the way they described it. A lot of people who are fans of the series has been waiting for a true, like, in-depth Harry Potter game for so long. The studio that's making this game has been working on it for years, um, and it's finally coming out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. It does look interesting. The graphics are amazing, so I
I'll
guess.
buy it for my girl, guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. Like outside of it being a Harry Potter universe, it looks freaking fun as hell. It looks really interesting. I think this one is. I'm not sure if it's gonna be cross generational. I think it's only gonna be on PS5. I'm not even sure if it's a PlayStation exclusive or not. But yeah, a Harry Potter game. Let me fast forward a little bit here. What is this? What is this one called again? Hogwarts Legacy. That's what it looks like, I think.
Yeah, Hogwarts is the name of the school, right? The wizard school.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm not sure if Harry Potter's actually gonna be in this one. This might be before his story, maybe after. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks
Maybe his
interesting.
kids.
Maybe his kids. um, but yeah, Hogwarts Legacy. I might actually check this out. Looks good. PlayStation Plus Collection. That's another one I wanted to touch base on. So it's pretty much a if you have PlayStation Plus, when the PS5 comes out, you're going to be able to play some of the top PlayStation 4 games for free, essentially, I guess you can say, on your
Okay.
PlayStation 5.
So I have a question for you. For the Xbox, what games are you interested in seeing
As far as
other than Halo?
other than Halo, I'm looking forward to Hellblade 2. Hellblade was a pretty good game. Other than that, I mean, we don't really know a lot what's coming out for Xbox within the next few years. I know Forza's coming out, but I'm not a Forza guy. Um, yeah,
That's a racing game, right?
yeah, I think it's mainly going to be Halo and Hellblade for right now. I mean, we don't know too many games that are set to come out. I mean, Microsoft just bought a bunch of
Isn't
game studios.
isn't Final Fantasy and Dirt also going to go out on Xbox?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Xbox next year, I believe. Also, I forgot to mention that we have a Final Fantasy 16 coming out for PS5. Forgot to mention that. For any Final Fantasy games out there, Final Fantasy 16. That's gonna be coming out for PS5. But that's a bit. I think that's about it. Halo and just Hellblade 2. I think that's the only things I'm really looking forward as far as Xbox until we find out more information about what their studios are doing.
What
So,
is that? What is the name of that game that Keanu Reeves is in?
oh, Cyberpunk
Yeah.
2077. That's coming out this fall. That's coming out on all platforms. I'm looking forward to that one too. That's going to be interesting. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, PlayStation Plus is coming out with PlayStation. Damn, what did I say? This name was PlayStation Plus Collection. PlayStation Plus Collection.
Okay.
You're going to be able to play all these PS4 games on your PS5, such as Bloodborne, The Last of Us Remastered, Mortal Kombat 10, God of War, Uncharted, Monster Hunter, Fallout, The Last Guardian, Days Gone, etc. Like there's so many games coming out for this, and if you already have PlayStation Plus, you already have this. I think it's dope that they're doing that because of the simple fact that if you're getting a PS5, um, at launch, the minute you turn your PS5 on, you literally have those 20 plus games that you might not have played. And I think I don't want to say it's a full answer to Game Pass, but it's kind of an answer to Game Pass. So I'm curious to see what PlayStation does in regards to like taking that to the next level. Because they
Yeah.
have to have something that matches Game Pass.
The only thing I'm really annoyed about, like a lot of subscription stuff, is like I kind of feel like the world is nickel and diming us.
I mean, it does seem like it sometimes with some of these subscription services because I feel like everybody has a subscription service.
So between me and my girl, okay, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, it's just all this shit. Like I just feel like everything's nickel and dime, bro. It's just kind of like, yo, can I keep my wallet for a minute?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's all these companies. They're seeing all these companies are catching on to how big streaming is, and it doesn't help that COVID happened this year and everybody's staying in the house. So that's a big factor too. I do notice that a lot of companies are trying bundles. Like I said, we just saw what Apple won. They're bundling things. I think Disney Plus and Hulu, they're bundling those two services together with
Yeah,
ESPN. Um, I think we're going to start to see more bundles, kind of like how you see with bundles with your cable subscription. Basically, I think we're going to see
yeah,
more of those. And as far as gaming, yeah, you're going to see that with gaming. You're going to see the Game Pass. You're going to see PlayStation with their PlayStation Now service. And I think for gaming it makes sense because games are expensive. We're getting into the territory of next gen where some games are going to be $70. Um, and there's some people who literally for that reason only buy like 3 games a year, 2 games a year because it's just so expensive.
or you're like me, you're like, I'll wait and I'll buy it used.
Exactly. But services like Game Pass is perfect for guys like me and you because, we got families, we got responsibilities. And if I want to say, let's say I see a game on Game Pass or PlayStation Now, I want to try it out. I can just go play it. I just pay one service fee, and I can just
Yeah.
play that game. If I don't like it, I uninstall it. I don't have to spend $60 on it. You know, I think it works in gaming a little better than it works in TV services, in my opinion. Depends on how much you watch TV or game, I guess.
I like the way it works with Apple with Apple Arcade.
Yeah,
Um, it's just simple. It's not very complicated. There's not like thousands of games. It's just enough to keep you interested in the service.
yeah,
But once you go to the platforms, the consoles, there's so many games,
yeah. I
you know,
know.
and
There
then
is.
you have Sony and Microsoft negotiating for what game and this, that, and the other thing just to be on their service. You know,
It's a lot.
it's a little annoying.
Yeah, I personally, I'm very picky with what game I play right now because I just don't have time, so I don't have time to play everything. There's so many games out there, so I just pick one that I might like, stick with that one, and just go with it from there. Basically,
Yeah.
there's just too many games out. But other than that, that was the PlayStation conference in a nutshell. If I had to grade it, I would give it an A plus for the simple fact that at the end of the PlayStation conference, they teased God of War. I don't know if
Okay.
you saw that, but they teased it. And I tried to find a
Yo,
video, I couldn't find it. But
I love God of War.
it was literally just like a 10-second sizzle reel of like the logo from God of War, and then you just heard his voice saying, "We need to prepare ourselves." And it's they say that this story they're going to be returning to that Ragnarok is coming. So I'm freaking excited. I can't wait.
But he's not a Viking, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I thought he was Greek.
Yeah, it's based off Greek mythology, I believe. Yeah, but apparently it says something about Ragnarok. I mean, he did talk about Thor in the last game. So
I just kind of feel like everyone's going to the Vikings. Like Assassin's Creed is going to
Assassin's
the
Creed.
Vikings.
Yeah, and then we have Hellblade, and that's going to be Greek mythology as well. So I mean, yeah, we're getting into this phase where Greek mythology is turning into a thing. Basically, everybody wants to jump in that Greek mythology train. So yeah. I mean, I think PlayStation killed it when they showed that. I got excited. I lost my shit. The internet broke. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So yeah, I give it an A plus.
Okay.
Other than that, I know you had a few other news topics you wanted to throw down before we get out of here today.
Yes. Give me 1 second. They're on my phone.
Let's do it.
In Marvel news, they just cast She-Hulk.
Really?
Yes, and She-Hulk is going to be a TV series. It's not going to be a movie.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
They cast Tatiana Maslany. The thing about She-Hulk is she's the last major character to be co-created by Stan Lee to hit the screen.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Wow, so this is his last. That's crazy to think about that. That this is his last character that he worked on. Oh yes. Man, that's insane.
My question is, how are they going to make her bigger or smaller?
That's one thing that I'm curious to see what they do with She-Hulk, because the difference between She-Hulk and Hulk, he typically gets big. She-Hulk doesn't really grow like that. I mean, yeah, she'll get muscular. So I'm like you said, I'm curious. Or is it going to be there? Are they just going to put her in a muscle suit? Is it going to be animated? Like, that's a very good question as to how they're going to handle that. I mean, I don't know.
Are they going to do force perspective to make her smaller? Because She-Hulk is like 7 feet tall.
Damn.
Or some ridiculous thing like that.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. I don't know too much about the She-Hulk story. I've never really been into her character that much. So,
really quick, her origins is she's cousins with Bruce Banner. She got into an accident. She needed blood. There was no blood to give, so Bruce did a blood transfusion from his gamma charged blood into her.
Mm-hmm.
And when it did, it turned her into the She-Hulk. And because she got it a different way than he did, she was able to retain her intelligence. In Marvel, she has become the lawyer for all the superheroes, and she has a tendency not to go back in her human form. She stays in her Hulk form most of the time.
Okay. Yeah, because I used to wonder, like, why is it that when she's Hulk, she can have a regular conversation, unlike regular Hulk?
She keeps her mind.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Doesn't have to get angry or any of that bullshit. She just hulks out whenever she feels like it.
I'm just gonna kick your ass while I'm being your lawyer. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, and like in the She-Hulk comic book, they have a lot of courtroom dramas in it.
Really?
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, I can definitely see
all these issues of her fighting, and then all of a sudden she's like defending Ant-Man for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
And they'll have 1 or 2 issues of a courtroom drama with flashbacks.
I'm really interested to see how these Marvel TV shows on Disney turn out. I'm still looking forward to WandaVision. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that because apparently that's gonna take a comedy standpoint. So I'm curious how they're gonna do that. Like
I'm curious if they're going to introduce their twins because they wound up having twins. Somehow Vision gets her pregnant. You know, they're like, it's a blessing. But then the twins wind up to be physically part of Mephisto.
Oh,
And then she goes nuts afterwards, and she goes no more mutants, and she tries to destroy all the mutants.
oh wow,
Yeah, yeah, and that's how you get the House of M comic book series. Yeah, it's a lot of shit there.
interesting. Okay.
Bro,
Any other?
you know what you need to do? You need to get that Marvel subscription so you can just start reading all the back catalogs.
I
And all
know.
the
I
back
feel
stories.
like there's so many comic books that I missed, especially on the DC end too. Since they're coming out with all these movies, games, TV shows, I'm like, wow, who is this character? Who is that character? Who is this character? And I'm like, man, I need to just get down and start reading some comics again, man. I haven't read comics in so long.
Bro,
So
you didn't even know who Polka Dot Man was.
I know. I mean, a lot of people didn't. He's not. I mean, he's not really like a character that's well known. But like when I saw him and you said how powerful he was, I was like, wow, I need to figure out like his backstory and like learn more about this guy because
I
I
think
never
he's
heard
a
of him.
Flash villain. Yeah, I think he's a Flash villain.
Okay.
I forget, dude, with the amount of enemies and stuff they all have.
So many damn villains, chat. Too many villains. Just like it's too many games. Any other Marvel news we get out of there, or just mainly
No, that's the only Marvel news I have. Okay, so a funny comical news is, well, for me it is. A Democrat who opposed equal marriage defeated by gay drag queen in a landslide victory.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
So, incumbent Democrat lawmaker who opposed equal marriage has been defeated by a gay drag queen who calls herself Anita Man.
What? Oh my god. That's what
called
she.
herself. Yes, and she whooped his ass in a landmark election.
Oh
What
man.
surprises me is that he's a Democrat.
Wow. I can't get over that name. I need
But
a
that's
man.
funny. Yeah, but it's Anita, like the name Anita,
Yeah.
and the last name is Mann. So Anita Man.
I need a man.
Bro, drag queens have the most fucking funniest names, bro.
I see that. Oh
They
man.
have the most funniest names. They're hysterical, bro.
And it's like just
Um,
out there and outlandish. It's crazy.
yes. The drag queen, Anita Man, his real name is Morrison,
Okay.
claimed 61.13% of the vote.
Wow. Landslide.
And the incumbent, which is JHouze, received 38.87.
Jeez.
So it was a huge thing. And this is kind of one of those like racist, homophobic. This is one of those homophobic things that shows you that the world really is changing. You know,
Yeah.
where we're like, we're not going to support that fucking homophobic bullshit. They're like, and then it's one of those things where people voted for him probably for his policy and the fuck you to the other guy.
Yeah. Pretty much. And it's like, like you said, I mean, the world is changing.
I just hope Anita is a good politician.
Yeah, I definitely hope so too, honestly. But the world is changing, man. Like you said, it's either you get on a bus and move with the rest of the world, or you get left behind. Things are changing. Things like how things used to be in the past. Some of that stuff will still try to be kept around by certain people, but the world evolves, life evolves. Just like get over yourself, man. Let people be them. Like don't try to down somebody because they're gay or they're trans or they're this or they're that. Like, who cares? It has nothing to do with you unless it like literally, physically, mentally involves you or affects you in any kind of negative way.
No, what I found really funny was when the whole gay marriage issue came up originally, it should be legalized or not. They asked me, and I was like, "Listen, I don't care." And they're like, "Oh, how could you not have a position on this?" And I was like, "No, you don't seem to understand. I don't care who marries who. Okay,
Yeah,
that's none of my fucking business. You know,
exactly.
as
Exactly.
long as I'm not marrying a child or an animal, do you?
Exactly. You're happy. Who cares? That's
And
almost like
I was like, gay people had it fucking perfect. They're like, baby, I'd love to marry you, but you know, it's against the law and shit. You know, now they can't do that. You
exactly.
know?
Yeah, I mean, it's like imagine if somebody walked up to you and said, like, "Oh, you can't date her. Why? Because she wears skirts, or because she eats this, or because she's this race." Like imagine somebody just telling a straight person that. It's like, who are you to tell me who I can't be with, marry, date? That's my business. Like that's not
Bro, but
affecting you.
you know, you and I have both gone through that. We've dated somebody who's outside our race, and people like fucking bitch about it and complain about it. And
Oh
it's like,
yeah,
what the fuck do you care?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Whether like coffee flavored or chocolate flavored or vanilla flavored, who fucking cares?
Legion said, "What about marrying an AI? Hey, if you want to marry something battery operated,
You
just
know
don't
what?
just don't take a bath
Um,
with it."
that just makes me think of the movie Her.
What's the part of your news that you said you had something that was scary?
Scary and political.
Okay.
Uh, the hold on, let me pull up the article. FBI chief says Russia seeks to stop Biden from winning election, and they're doing anything and everything they can to stop Biden from winning the election. Once again, Russia's trying to get involved in our politics because you know they'll have a better deal with Trump. And if
Mm,
you follow the money, you'll see that when Trump couldn't get any loans to do his business, he went to Russia, and all these Russian banks and like mobsters hooked him up with money. That's why he's indebted to Russia.
wow. That is kind of scary to think
And it's
about
all
that.
public, and it's all public information that if you wanted to research and wanted to find out, it's there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
super scary.
what do you think Russia would do to try to make sure that Trump stays in office? Just speculating.
They're going to repeat some of the playbook. Facebook for one. Um, the thing about Facebook is it's originally meant to connect people, but now it's just become a propaganda machine.
Yeah.
Instagram has become a propaganda machine where you stay in your little bubble of, I'm a flat earther, and all this other stuff. You stay in that bubble, and yeah, you can get some people on the peripherals, but then you as this, for I'm using flat earther as an example,
Mm.
as a flat earther, and like all your posts are about flat earth and all this other stuff. So it's just become this huge propaganda machine, and you need to kind of like sift through the bullshit to find out what's real or what's not real,
Yeah.
where your source is coming from. If you have 10 different sources all reporting the same information, and they're getting their sources from other people, like not the same source, then you could find out more facts.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting 100% of the story, and no matter where you get it from, but if you have enough sources, you can kind of put together enough of the picture
Yeah.
to know what you're looking at. Like a puzzle that's missing 40 pieces,
Yeah.
but it's a 100-piece puzzle and it's missing 40, but you can see the 60, and through the 60 you can tell, hey, that's a castle.
Yeah. Exactly. So, wow, that's crazy to think about that. If Biden wins, how do you think Russia might react? Will they react?
um you know what, I don't know enough about Russia to speak educatedly, but
Okay.
if you're asking me my guess,
Yeah.
um they would start um pushing militarily. um they built up their military. They would start skirmishes or problems in other countries, and then we're back to the Cold War again, where like Vietnam, a good example of
Yeah.
not not is it Vietnam? No, Korea, where you have a North Korea and a South Korea. The North is communist, the South isn't, and you'd have a lot more of that situation again.
Yeah.
Our problem is we need better hackers, we need better intelligence and things like that, and we're fighting a war on two fronts. like information wise and things like that.
Yeah.
China and Russia.
Do you have anything else you want to leave the people with, Los? Any special recipes from Texas that you love that you want to point out or anything? Anything food related? Let's do that. Do you have any food related recommendations before we get out of here? Since we're on the topic.
Texas barbecue. Let me tell you, is the best in the fucking world. Okay, I've had barbecue from all over, and Texas barbecue, the absolute fucking best.
Really?
Absolute, yes, hands down.
Hands down. Chat, we gotta go to Texas, man. Because Los is telling me I love me some barbecue. I love food, and he's telling me right now. So
and Texas barbecue places are the fucking friendliest places you could ever go to.
Really?
Yes. But don't ever ask a Texan what is a grit, because they don't know. I went to 4 restaurants that you want some grits. I'm like, wait. What is a grit in the first place? So I know if I can eat it. And I always got the same response. You got to put butter and syrup and this and that and that in it.
I love grits, and I don't even know what it is, but I eat it. You don't like grits?
Disgusting.
I love grits, man. Give me grits any day of the week with some butter on it. I'm good to go. If you're ever in Houston, you have to try Pinkerton's barbecue. So damn good.
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing about Texas barbecues, if you go to a really, really good place, they bake their own bread.
Interesting.
And and they will give you all the handy wipes you need.
Texas all the handy wipes you need. Yeah, you will need some handy wipes down there for sure, man.
And I'm gonna tell you, the place that I felt the most comfortable in Texas were at the barbecue places. Everybody was friendly.
Nice. Big Yo doesn't fuck with grits.
Yeah, no, that stuff's nasty.
Yeah, well, that would be my recommendation.
In Philadelphia.
That would be my recommendation. Grits. I love grits, man. Give it a try. If you haven't had grits before, man, give it a try. Put some butter on it.
I'd rather have cold chitlins than grits.
Oh my, what? All right, disrespect. I'm done with you, Los. I'm done with you. All right, chat. Today has been a freaking awesome episode, man. I feel like this is like one of my best episodes that we've done, man. Like I had a lot of fun today. We definitely got a lot accomplished.
I just kind of think that without being so structured, that we just kind of had a chance more to be us.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that we have the structure, but I like the fact that we can have these episodes where we can kind of be a little more like free form. You know what I mean? Where we can just say, hey, listen, we got a few topics we want to touch base on, but it's going to be a really lax stream. And I think we need to do that more often because I think we get a lot of great quality episodes out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no more food talk now? Yeah, I'm sorry, Legion. It's midnight, man.
Don't worry, brother. We will talk food later. Yo, we gotta talk about Fight Night and what we're doing on Wednesday, so people can come watch and listen.
Oh yeah, next Wednesday. I'm not sure of the game yet. I might want to do Street Fighter again, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that same thing too.
Because playing it last week kind of like scratched my itch a little bit. So I'm like, man, I kind of want to play Street Fighter again.
I think we should do it and only be on random.
Oh, nice twist. I like that. I think each time we play certain games like multiple times, we should like add different things to it. Maybe have like the chat get more involved in it too. I think that'll be cool. Los, were you playing Los? Yeah, Los is who I was playing with last week. So anytime I do Fight Night, it's pretty much me and Los. I'm trying to work out how a way to get Los camera on stream while we're actually playing the game too. So I might try to get that set up for next stream when we do Fight Night. So
yeah, because I always have my laptop, so you know. Yeah,
and if it's a game that if it's a game that you chat, you guys want to jump in, we'll have open lobbies too. If it's a game that we can have multiple players, so
yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. You guys are awesome. It's been a great stream, great episode. Don't forget, check us out on iTunes, JHouze Radio, and on YouTube /the JHouze, and we will catch you.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, for sure. All that good stuff. All right, guys. Peace out. I will catch you later.
Later.